also searches through some bags and finds some sardines and a can of Coca-Cola, and he rations that because this is like the only thing he's going to be able to eat and drink for as long as he's trapped down there. And so as poor Harrison sits in this air pocket in the bathroom on this little raft in the darkness, he starts feeling totally disconnected from everything. He has no sense of time, so he has no idea how long he's been down there. And he doesn't know it yet, but no one on the surface is looking for him because everyone else on the ship died, so people would just assume that there were no survivors. Now, he can sense the muffled vibrations of boats on the surface, almost 100 feet above him. And hearing the boats above makes him realize just how far below the surface he really is. And even if he is able to use the rope that he made and swim all the way to the watertight exit door, he's still gonna drown because he'll never make it to the surface. And if that isn't bad enough, somehow a bunch of crayfish have made their way into the boat and eventually to where Harrison is. And when the crayfish find him, they start taking bites out of his body. And almost 3 days pass, and Harrison is still there. He's still rationing his sardines and Coca-Cola, and still being eaten alive by crayfish. But the worst part is that the air pocket that he's surviving in, there's only so much oxygen in it, so he's running out of air. So he knows he needs to get the fuck out of this place. But then he finally gets a little hope. Up on the surface, a diver comes to put a marker buoy on the capsized tugboat to warn other boats so that they don't accidentally run into it. And down below, Harrison can actually hear the diver doing this. And he's like, oh snap, and he starts yelling and pounding on the side of the boat, trying to get the person to hear him. But unfortunately, the person doesn't hear him. Now, Harrison, he still has no concept of time, so he doesn't know if hours or days have passed since he first heard the noise of the diver. But at some point, he notices a little something off in the darkness, like a reflection of light or something. And he's like, oh, this might be something. So he gets off his raft to try and swim around and find where this apparent light is coming from. But eventually, he runs out of breath and he has to head back to his air pocket bathroom. But Harrison, he's not gonna give up. He knows this might be his one chance at being rescued. So he takes another deep breath and he goes searching again. And that is when he sees it, a diver swimming around. Apparently divers had come to find all the bodies of the crew members and take them to, identify them and give them a proper burial. So this diver sees Harrison, but he thinks Harrison is like just another dead body to collect. Until Harrison reaches out and grabs his hand, which if I were that diver, I would have jumped the hell out of my wetsuit. But the diver actually gets footage of this.
What's that? Okay. All right, you found one, yeah? He's alive. Okay, keep him there.
And so Harrison, he swims back to his air pocket because, he needs to breathe, and the divers follow him. And they actually get some footage of what his air pocket actually looks like. And there is Harrison just chilling. And so anyway, then the diver takes him to a diver's bell and then to a recompression chamber where Harrison has to wait for another 3 days because of the air pressure changes. It could kill him. But after 3 days in the recompression chamber, he's finally allowed to go to the surface. And of course, he survives. And it turns out that Harrison was so inspired by the divers who came and rescued him that he later became a diver himself.